Right now, I'm getting started on a gigantic breakfast freezer meal prep. It is about 9:30 in the morning right now, and my goal is to be done with this breakfast meal prep by about 11 o'clock. My little ones just went out to go play with my husband at a park. I want these to be like grab and go breakfast, so whether you're on your way to school, work, wherever you're going in the morning, you could pull out a breakfast from your freezer, stick it in the microwave, and then there you go. Breakfast is ready in just moments. I'm getting started on my bacon. I just placed it on my sheet pan. I'm going to stick this in the oven to bake. I'm going to be making a ton of breakfast meals, as you could probably imagine, so I'm giving half of them to my sister. My sister just recently got married, and I assume her and her husband would love some breakfast meals. They work quite a lot / going to school, so I'm sure this will be super helpful for them as well. Now we're making these ham and egg bites. I've been making these for years. They're so cheap, so high in protein, and so good. So you first spray your muffin pan with nonstick spray, then place a slice of deli ham just right into your muffin tray. Then you're going to crack an egg in each of the cups, sprinkle it with cheese and salt and pepper. Seriously, so easy, such a high protein, cheap breakfast. You can also add like spinach in this. You could add bell peppers, onion, add anything you'd like. I'm keeping it simple for today. This will bake in my oven on 400 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes or until the egg has set. Here's what my egg bites are looking like out of the oven. I'm just gonna place them on my cooling rack so they cool down a lot quicker. As you see, this silicone muffin pan, it is just great for making like breakfast meal preps like this, just because nothing sticks to the edges. Also, if you hear any background noise, horses are out back and so are chickens, and they are like talking to each other right now. And I have a window open, so anyway, if you hear anything, it's probably horses or chickens. Now we're getting started on my blueberry oatmeal cups. These are unreal. They are so good. I have been making these for the longest time. So it's 2 cups of old-fashioned oats. Next, add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder, then add in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I like to go heavy on the cinnamon. It just makes it so good. Then add in 1 teaspoon of salt and give this a super duper good stir. Now add in 2 cups of milk. This kind of turns into like an oatmeal blueberry cake. It is delicious. I have tried this with like bananas and strawberries in the past. I've tried this with like different things, but blueberry is definitely my favorite. I just added in my 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Next, my tablespoon of melted butter along with 2 eggs. Then add in a tablespoon of brown sugar. The last thing I'm adding in, you're going to add in about 2 cups of frozen blueberries. Just add them right into your bowl, and then you are going to stir this again. These blueberry oatmeal cups or cake, however you decide to make it, it's just one of my favorite things to do for a breakfast meal prep, just because it's so filling, so high in protein. You have your eggs in there, the oatmeal is super filling, and then the blueberries are so nutrient rich. It's also very affordable to make. If you give this to your kids, they will be full for hours. It's just the easiest thing. You could just stick it in your microwave for about a minute or 2, each little piece, and then there you go. Easiest breakfast. I have my silicone muffin tray right here. I'm going to spray it with non-stick spray. You can also do this in a 9x13 baking dish. I've done that plenty times in the past. Nothing has to be perfect, especially in the kitchen, so don't stress it. I just wanted to, you know, make sure I got most or all out of my bowl, so that's why I poured it in like that. This is going to bake in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes or until the center has set. Now I'm going to prep the produce for my sheet pan breakfast sandwiches along with like my breakfast casserole. If you have pre-diced bell peppers on hand, I know they sell them at the grocery store. That would be like much easier than slicing them on your own. I did buy pre-diced onion just because chopping up onion takes quite a bit of time, and I am trying to do this fairly quickly. Also, chopped onion, there's so much onion in this. Good price for that amount of onion. So I do recommend that if you are doing a massive breakfast meal prep or a meal prep in general. Just having your produce prepped ahead of time, having like your ingredients ready to go. I really didn't do a ton for this meal prep as far as like prepping for it. All I really did was like get my groceries, make sure I had the right pans, and you know, just like aluminum pans, freezer bags to bring to my sister's house, just that type of stuff, that like convenient stuff. But this meal prep also didn't cost very much at all. I think my groceries for everything was a little over $100. I did have a couple things on hand, but overall, a little over $100 was my total at the grocery store, and that did include some freezer bags, some different foils to wrap burritos in and whatnot, so really great price for this amount of meals. Now we're getting started on the egg part for the breakfast sandwiches. So we are doing sheet pan breakfast sandwiches. If you have never tried sheet pan breakfast sandwiches before, it is something that you need to try. I started making them years ago when my husband was working on a military base and he would commute like 2 hours a day. That's before we moved to the military base. But yeah, I used to make these breakfast sandwiches for him all the time when he was doing his commuting, and he was super appreciative of it just because he'd wake up like at 4 a.m., drive to work, and then get home like at 8 p.m. every day. So he was just driving all the time. So it's so nice for him to have something just high in protein, high in veggies that he could eat on the run. So that's why I just love these breakfast sandwiches. Like I said, I've been making them forever. I'm just starting out by adding 24 eggs into this bowl. I just added all of those eggs into my bowl. Now I have my peppers that we just cut up. I'm just using half of all the peppers that we cut up. Add them right into your bowl. I also chopped up some spinach. This is kind of going to be more like veggie egg sandwiches just because I'm feeling like that. I'm also adding bacon in, but put like majority like veggie. This sounds super good. So I'm going to add in some of my diced onions, probably about a cup of those. Then I have my bacon. I'm not using all of my bacon that I cooked up, of course. I'm just using part of the bacon just so we have that saltiness in here, but not all the bacon, just part of it for now. There's quite a few veggies in here, so it does need seasoned well with salt and pepper. Just give this a whisk. You want to break all of those yolks. Now that most of those yolks are broken, I am going to add in about 1.5 cups of milk. I'm going to whisk it again just to combine all the ingredients together. This is looking so good at this point. I don't think I've ever made these breakfast sandwiches with this many veggies. I used to make them all the time, like I said, for my husband, and I would mainly make them like protein heavy, and then I'd add quite a bit of like spinach or quite a bit of like bell peppers. I have my sheet pan here. I'm just generously spraying it with some non-stick spray. You could use butter, oil, really anything. You just want to make sure it's sprayed well so the egg doesn't stick to the edges. And then go ahead and pour your egg onto your sheet pan. I'll stick this in the oven to bake on 325 for about 20 minutes or until the center has set. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my breakfast casserole. So I have my sausage right here. I have about a pound of sausage. I'm going to go ahead and brown this sausage. I might use this for more than the breakfast casserole, but for now I'm thinking just the breakfast casserole. So I do want to let you know, if you don't want to use sausage for your breakfast casserole, you could use Canadian bacon, you could use bacon, seriously anything. But this is definitely one of my favorite breakfast casseroles that we are making right now. I'm excited to share it with you. For the breakfast casserole filling, since I do have my sausage cooking away in there, I'm just going to get started on it. This is just the same pot that I used for the sheet pan breakfast sandwiches. That's the nice thing about meal prepping like this. You can reuse things so you don't have to like dirty up another bowl, you know what I mean? So highly recommend doing a freezer meal prep, especially before school starts or before you're like at a busy season of work, that type of thing. They are super helpful, but I'm adding about 18 eggs into this bowl. I am doubling this recipe since I am giving one to my sister. I know a lot of the time breakfast casseroles don't get the hype that they should, but breakfast casseroles are just so high in protein. They are so filling. If you slice them up into like individual like slices, you could freeze them in individual slices, reheat them in the microwave, but I just added in 1.5 cups of milk. I added in the rest of my diced bell pepper, my bell peppers, my yellow and red one, and then my spinach. I'm going to season this with a dash of salt and pepper and then onion powder, garlic powder. I'll give this a really good whisk to break those yolks. Now that my sausage is cooked through, I'm just removing any excess grease here in my pan. I'm just wiggling a paper towel around in here till I absorb most of it. And then I am going to go finish up my breakfast casserole. I have my 2 large baking dishes right here, and I have my hash brown patties. I am going to place my hash brown patties to the bottom of my baking dishes, so you kind of get a hash brown piece in every single bite. Then I'm going to bake this in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 10 to 20 minutes. You want those hash browns to kind of get crispy on the outside. That's what the goal is by pre-baking these hash browns. It's not necessary, but the reason why I do like to do this is, like I said, because it does get those hash browns extra crispy, and if they're extra crispy, it's just going to be extra yummy. I'll just go bake this now for about 10 to 20 minutes. Here's what the breakfast casseroles are looking like out of the oven now that the hash browns are a bit crispy. I'm just adding half of our cooked sausage onto each pan, and then I am going to spread the sausage out. Next, I'm adding half of our egg mixture onto each pan as well. Like I said before, if you don't want to use sausage, you certainly don't have to. You could use like Canadian bacon. You could just keep this veggie, do like a vegetarian option. Really do whatever you'd like with it, really whatever you have on hand to make this breakfast casserole. Just spread this out super well, and then if you are a cheese fan like me, if you know me, you probably know that I just love cheese. I am sprinkling some cheese over the top of each casserole. I'll kind of spread the cheese out a little bit, then I'm going to cover this with foil. I'm going to bake these in a preheated oven to 350 degrees for about 25 minutes covered in foil. Then I'm going to uncover them and bake them for another like 15 minutes or until the egg has set. I pulled my sheet pan egg out of the oven just a little bit ago. I let it cool down for a bit, and I am just going to kind of cut circles into the egg. If you don't have like an egg circle round thing like this, you could always use a mason jar lid or anything like that. But this made for 3, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this makes about like 12 breakfast sandwiches. I have my English muffins right here. I'm just using like Walmart generic English muffins. You could get fancy with them if you'd like, or you could even make homemade ones. But I'm going to slice them open right now. I found with these Walmart ones, there's no real easy way to slice them open. You can't even really easily do it with a fork. So I just like to do it with a serrated knife, just like this. I'm just going to place the egg rounds on all of the English muffins now. As you see, they fit really nicely, and you get a large amount of egg, as well as like all the other ingredients. There's just so much to these breakfast sandwiches. Since I am a cheese fan, I am going to add a slice of cheese to all of my breakfast sandwiches. These will last in your freezer up to 3 months. I've never really had them in my freezer that long just because we eat them so quickly, but they will last up to 3 months in your freezer. And then to reheat them, we really like just like sticking them in the microwave for about 1 to 2 minutes from frozen. I really like to keep these breakfast sandwiches just wrapped in a layer of wax paper. This helps prevent them from getting freezer burnt. And then I do also wrap them with an additional layer of some foil. And then the foil that I am using today, I actually found this at Walmart. It's just these foil sheets. I was thinking about it and I was like, this will make it so easy to just pull a sheet out and then wrap it with the breakfast sandwich. So that is what I am doing for today. For my breakfast sandwiches, you could always wrap them in other things, but I will just wrap them in my wax paper, aluminum foil, and then I will stick them in a freezer bag in the freezer. You can also write the date on all these breakfast sandwiches. I'll write the date on half of them for my sister and brother-in-law just so they know when it was made and when to eat it by, but I'm not going to write the date for us. Like I said, we eat these very quickly in my house. As you see, there's quite a bit of egg left over on my pan from those breakfast egg sandwiches, and if you thought I was going to let this egg go to waste, I will not be letting it go to waste at all. I'm actually going to turn it into amazing breakfast burritos. So I'm kind of breaking the egg apart right now just so it's easier to fit into the breakfast burritos. And then as you see, I do have a ton of bacon left as well. That is going to add a lot to these breakfast burritos. I am using the burrito-sized tortillas just so we could fit, you know, it in the best. And then there is bacon in this sheet pan mixture, but hey, you can never have enough bacon, so there you go. And then an easy bacon breakfast burrito with some remaining sheet pan eggs you have. So you're basically doing like multiple things at one time by making these sheet pan eggs. Meal prepping like this is great because you could make one thing, but you're actually making multiple things at once, not just one thing. So there you go. I also realized that I do still have some cheese left. So I am going to add some cheese into these burritos as well. So I'll just stick some cheese in there, and some of these burritos will have cheese. So extra deliciousness right there. Then to heat these burritos up, I do like to heat them up in my microwave. I take them out of whatever they're wrapped in, microwave them for about 2 minutes until they're like sizzling on the inside, and then you could just eat them. They are kind of hot after you microwave them just because they are wrapped. So I'd wait a couple minutes to eat them, but they are delicious. Also, as you see, I do still have some bacon left, but I'm sure I'll find some use for it. To store the egg bites, I have them right here. They're completely cooled down at this point. I just wrote on my freezer bag the date and then what they are, eat within 3 months. And then I actually am giving all of these to my sister just because they are on the go super early in the morning. And then I like to freeze these flat. And then once they are frozen, you know, you could like not have them be flat in your freezer, but I like to keep these flat just so they don't stick together. And then, like I said, once they're frozen, you can move them around your freezer super easily. But here's what they look like. To reheat these egg ham cups, just stick them on a plate, microwave them for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, and then let them cool for about 1 minute just so they're not too hot. And then there you go, you could eat them on the run. I have my blueberry oatmeal cups right here. They came out of my oven just a little bit ago, and they are completely cooled down at this point. I wrote on my bag, so I'm going to do half for my sister, half for us, just like the date, oatmeal cups, and then eat within 3 months. And then I will tell my sister the best way to like reheat these, or just in the microwave, you want to reheat them for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then after they're reheated, we like to drizzle in a bowl just a little bit of milk and then kind of like break the oatmeal cups up. It is just so good. You could drizzle maple syrup over the top of these. They are so delicious, so high protein. I know they don't look like much. They're not like the most glamorous breakfast in the world, but seriously, I feel like you could get these at a fancy restaurant. They are that good. I have my 2 breakfast casseroles right here. I am actually not just going to stick them in the freezer like, you know, a breakfast casserole. I'm kind of going to put it in the freezer as individual portions for breakfast. That way, when you're on the run for breakfast, all you have to do is microwave a portion of it. It's just a lot easier in the morning when you're on the run. So that's definitely what I recommend if you're doing a breakfast casserole and you want like individual portions. I'm just going to place the breakfast casserole right next to each other just like this in my freezer bag. I'm going to freeze it flat just like this, just so the casserole doesn't stick super badly together. Of course, it might stick slightly, but overall, it shouldn't really stick much at all. This made for about 3 bags worth. This is going to make for so many breakfasts. This is such a hearty breakfast. You just take one out, heat it up in your microwave. It is still a little bit hot. It's not completely cooled down yet, so I'm just going to leave these bags like this open just so they can completely cool down, you know, for food safety before I freeze them. I just finished up our massive breakfast meal prep. It took me about 2.5 hours. We made so many meals in that time. Doing breakfast meal preps like this is great because you could reuse similar ingredients, which will save you tons of money at the grocery store. Plus, you will be saved hours and hours at breakfast time, you know, just by pulling something out of your freezer and reheating it. Thanks for being here today. Make sure you're subscribed down below the video so you don't miss the next one. Bye for now.